welcome to my first video. I'm going to start with I already did my skincare this morning, so I am going to do some eye cream. I'm using the Huda new Wishful under eye cream, and I quite like the way it feels. You pump once, and it squirts out a tiny amount, and it's very cooling with the metal tip, and it gives a nice sheen. I need lots of help under my eyes because I'm old and a single mom, and we got wrinkles and dryness under there, and dark circles, and it's nice to brighten that up. So next I'm going to go in with my primers. I'm using the Vieve Skin Nova, which is fantastic. It's got lots of good skincare ingredients. It's hydrating. It's got a little bit of glow, and I trust Jamie Genevieve and all of her suggestions. I'm also going to be using the all-nighter. There it is. The all-nighter Dewy Ultra Glow primer. And I just mix the two of those together and put them mostly on the perimeter of my face, but on the middle as well. And of course down my neck. It's funny, I lost about 100 pounds after having bariatric surgery recently, and I never thought I had a neck before. Turns out I do. Still not very long, but it's there. Okay, that is my primers that are going to cover the moisture and longevity, and then last priming step, I have a mess down here, is the TATCHA Silk Canvas, and this is just a sample size, but I don't use much, so this has actually lasted quite a while, and this will go right in the center of my face where most of my pores are located, and a little bit where some more of my wrinkles are, right above my eyebrows, right down the middle of my nose, and right here in the center where I've got the most pores and wrinkles. And if you keep seeing me look over to the side here, it's because that's where my viewfinder is. I don't have a monitor set up yet. So I'm also in my office because at home is a 2-year-old and I don't have the low canvas set up at home yet. So next I'm going in with my Hollywood Flawless Filter for Superstar Youth Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. This can be mixed in with foundation. It can be applied before foundation. It can be applied after as a highlighter. It's stunning, and I'm just putting that on most of the high points on my face. Typically, I put it first, and then I will go in with my foundation before I mix it in. Today, I am going to be mixing, because I always mix my foundations, the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I am in the shade Punjab, and I'm going to mix a little bit of that, 2 pumps of the NARS with the FENTY. I just got this. I've been hearing about it for over a year now. It's got lots of rave reviews. It's the Eaze drops, and I'm in shade 10 of the Eaze drops, so I'm just literally going to mix those together on my hand. More of the NARS than the Eaze drops, but almost half and half, just slightly more than NARS. Mixing them together, and then going in and just kind of getting it on my face, mixing it in with the Charlotte Tilbury products. Going down my neck a little bit, and then hot mess. And then I'm going to go in with my Refer 31 brush and blend it all together. I kind of do a combination of buffing and dragging. Sometimes it depends on the brush or the foundation. The thicker the foundation, the more buffing I do. The thinner, the more of a drag and press motion I will do. I do take it everywhere, over my eyelids and on my ears even. So next I'm going to go in with some concealer. I am going to use the Huda concealer again. I just got this. This is the FauxFilter Flawless, just FauxFilter concealer. And in this I am in the shade, print is too small, Nougat. There's some numbers after it. I'm not sure what they are though. Put a little under and bring it up just a little. This is a pretty thin but not runny, if that makes sense. And I'm also going to go in with a little bit of the ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade 6, which is closer, still brightening, but close to my skin tone to cover the places where I have lots of sun damage, which is mostly on the sides of my face. Definitely over here, I've got a lot, and I'll blend that in with the brush to start. I'm going to do a dab and blend on the deeper shade first. I'm going to move to the forehead and blend that. This I'm very much pressing and pulling. Or dabbing, if you will. And then I will go in with a damp sponge. This is the AOA Pawpaw sponge. You can get a bag of 6 of them on Amazon for under $10, and they're super soft. I think they're a little bit softer and squishier than the Beauty Blender, and they're a little bit bigger than the Beauty Blender, not much. And I will take that on my eyelids as well. And then I'm going to take the bud and just further blend everything in. Again, I'm going to take a quick peek in my mirror here. That Huda concealer is quite pretty. As you can see, I have pretty deep set, wrinkly under eyes, but it's moisturizing and hydrating, covers a decent amount. It's not full coverage, but it covers plenty. I'm just tapping that a little bit more. And another thing I like to do is go in with my finger, because that further smooths it out. The warmth of your fingers really lets the concealer blend in. I am going to go with powder first. I'm going to use, again, a little sample size or travel size of the Huda Easy Bake powder, because it's really, I was not into powder for quite a long time, and it really is very smoothing. And I take that on my lids as well. It blurs out your pores very well, and fine lines. I'm not going to go too far, just in the center of my face. This is a Real Techniques setting brush. Perfect size. It's also really good for highlighter. But I take that mostly on my nose and under my eyes, and right here where I've got some bigger pores. And I will go back in again with a powder towards the end to clean up if needed. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Makeup by Mario. This is the Skin Enhancer. And I got the shade medium dark, because it's a pretty sheer formula, and I like to have some color. So it takes, and even in the medium dark shade, you do need to kind of go in and build it up somewhat, but see, just it makes a beautiful warmth. I have a massive forehead, and this really helps tame it down some. It's not technically contouring, but the darker color does kind of hide some of that forehead. Sometimes I do full contour, but today I'm kind of bronzing, using my bronzer to slim out the nose, hide some of this underneath, and give myself a sort of faux turned up tip. This is just a very super quick, not quick and dirty bronzer, not a contour at all. And just bringing some of that warmth down my neck as well, and under my chin. I have a much more defined jawline than I used to. Okay. There's also a mirror behind you that I'm kind of checking in as we go. Okay, that's that. I will go in with a powder bronzer. Now, I will go in with powder bronzer now. I'm going to go ahead and use the Vieve Summer Dimension Face Palette. This packaging is beautiful. It's dirty, but it's beautiful. There's kind of a, well, you can see my dirty tray. There's kind of a, you hear what I'm doing. It's beautiful. And this is in the shade Dawn. There is a darker shade, or yeah, a deeper version of it. And I'm just going to take that same brush. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty A507, which is a fabulous blush and bronzer brush. And I'm just going to tap this on right over. I'm basically setting the cream Mario bronzer with the powder bronzer. The blushes and highlights in this palette are also beautiful. This is the bronzer here. This is what I use. But the blushes and highlights are also beautiful. This is a more intense blush, and then this is her regular. They're both her regular blush formula, but this is a more intense version, and this is a slightly more sheer, for lack of a better term. It's the standard formula, and this is supposed to be blush intense. And then the bronzer and the highlight, which is a different formula from the original Vieve Nova Glow highlighters, which were pretty, but were kind of chunky. You kind of had to work with them a little more than I think most people wanted to, so they did change the formula, from what I understand, for these palettes, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love all of the shades, and I want to get the deeper one eventually, but it wasn't available on Cult Beauty when I bought that. You can buy Vieve products directly from the Vieve website, but honestly, the shipping to the US is hit or miss. It can take quite a while. So, all right, that's our bronzer. I have some new blush products. I have these new RMS Beauties. This is their new formula. It's the Redimension Hydra Powder Blush. And the shades I have are Sangria, Mai Tai, which is a very kind of peachy with a golden sheen. And then I have Hanky Panky, which is sort of a mauvey burgundy with an iridescent sort of lavender blue flip to it. They're very pretty. I have the other 3 shades on order. They should be here today. So I will be doing a more dedicated, quick video, probably on TikTok and Instagram, for all 6 shades together with swatches. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to go in with Hanky Panky, and it looked kind of like a bruise when I swatched it when I first got them last night, but let's see. It looks much better when applied with a brush and not just rubbed on the back of my hand. Look at that glow. Are you seeing that? That's beautiful. That's really pretty. And you can see how sheer it is. I mean, this looks pretty deep in the pan, but it does not look that deep. There's definitely color, but it's not overwhelming by any means. That's pretty. This brush is the Sigma. I think this was from the Roxetta Risa Rockstar. Going in with a little more, build that up. Bring it a little bit in the eyes and in the nose a bit. That's quite lovely. And I have pretty large pores, and that is not enhancing my pores. Let me turn the light down a little bit and see if that... Yeah, that's not enhancing my pores. It's kind of smoothing. That's quite pretty. Okay. I will insert swatches into this video of all 6 of those blushes just real quick right here. Okay, now I'm going to go in with some highlighter before I do my eyes, and I just got the new Essence highlighter. There we go. Essence highlighter, and this is in the shade Staggering. I need reading glasses. This is in the shade Staggering. It's very pretty. I'm going to go in with... I'm going to go in with that same setting brush I used earlier for my under eyes. The Real Techniques setting brush. I will start by saying I do not need highlighter, but I still want to try this. Is she pretty? Up close. That's pretty. I got the one that's a little more pink because that's kind of where I lean. I tend to prefer more pink, cool toned highlights just because of my skin tone. Put a little on the tip of my nose, a little down the middle, a little under my brows. Okay, so I'm just going to fill my brows in off camera real quick. I will be using the there you go. That's a good camera. I'll be using the Give by Gwen Stefani. It's just a regular tip, spoolie on the end, and the gel will be the Kosas brow gel, which is clear but has been used and loved, so it looks brown, but it's the clear one. The brown one is in purple packaging. I will be right back. Okay, so we're back, and it's been quite a while. In the middle of doing my brows, I got a call from my son's daycare that he vomited all over the playground, so I had to go get him, bring him home, have him, pardon me, vomit a couple more times, and now he's asleep, thankfully. So I am going to touch up my brows just a tad. I got this new, there you go, Essence New Brow Like a Boss. It's a stain. It was on my hand in my little About Face eyeliners video, so I'm just gonna put it in these like kind of bare skin spots that I have and see if I can sort of stain. And so let's see, and oftentimes brow pencils and powder do not stick. Yeah, that's sticking pretty well. I think it's kind of like that Wonder Brow stuff, which I've never actually tried. Okay, now let's just take a spoolie and kind of comb through. I picked the dirtiest spoolie I have, apparently. Okay, now, I don't know if you noticed right there, that kind of smudged away. So, let's try it one more time, and maybe not wipe it away. Let's let it dry a little better. Ooh, that's intense. And this is the shade Dark Brown. So, a double-sided liner brush, and kind of paint through this. See if that, yeah, that works better. That's definitely more pronounced now. Okay, so that's the trick. Don't apply it straight to your brows. Apply it to a palette or something, and then pick it up with a brush like this. That would be my advice. But it blends easily, it blends nicely, and it sticks a little bit better to the places in my brow that other colors don't really stick to. My brows are hella uneven. I'm gonna go back in with the Gwen Give and thicken up this side a little so we're a little more even. I know brows are sisters, not twins. Mine are sometimes not even in the same family, but I don't think that's bad. They definitely are intense tonight, but that's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna wash this off when I'm done and snuggle in bed next to my sick little baby. Isn't it just the worst when your kids are sick and you can't fix them? You're over here, not over there. You're over here, sorry. And you can't fix them. It's so frustrating. You feel so helpless. I'm going to touch up with some more of the blush because it's still there, but it definitely has faded. I've also had sweet baby cheeks against mine. So, you know what, and I'm gonna go in with that same Angie Hot and Flashy A507 brush and just put a little more oomph behind it. These are a baked formula from what I understand, so they should be. And I do, of course, have a little bit of the Essence highlighter still on there from before as well. These are beautiful. Can I just tell you, how pretty is that? Can you see how beautiful that is? The glow down here, like the glow up here, that's partly mostly the Essence, but down here, it's not glittery. I'm like really feeling this. They build up nicely, but not, like they build up slowly, so you're not gonna go too overboard, even on a super deep shade like this. Yeah. Ooh. I'm very happy with that. I'm also gonna throw a little up here because some of that Mario and the Vieve powder bronzer have disappeared. You know, let's go back in with some more of the Mario. My first video smashing success. There we go. That's better. And yes, I am just using the same brush. Okay. There's some cheeks. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. Now, let's put something on our eyeballs. One of the new About Face liners. Pretty, kind of Kelly emerald green. There you go. As you can see, I swatched them earlier, and I washed my hands a couple of times, and there's still some remnants. That's how well they stay. Okay. The white, I'll go ahead and swatch for you, but I'm not going to be using it. But that builds up really well. The white I know is called High Altitude. This one is the kind of rusty color, and it is called Very Important, or So Important, or something about being important. And this one, the navy, is called Blue is the New Black. So those are the 4 I have right here. I have one more, which again is more of a royal blue, but I don't have it right here. So I think I was gonna do another look using the new ABH Nouveau palette. I gotta remember to look at you, not the viewfinder, look at you. I think I wanna use the ABH palette again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use Hope, Liberty, and Belle. Isn't that cute? How perfect for 4th of July weekend. So, first I'm gonna go in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Eye Primer. Came out with her collection she did with her mom. How sweet was that? She did a whole collection for Mother's Day with her mom. And the palette's pretty nice. It's not like the best palette in the world by any means. In fact, I think I like her first palette with Morphe better, the original version. I do have pretty deep set eyes, and they are also kind of hooded and a little bit oily. So I do fare best when I prime my eyelids. Okay, I'm gonna mix Floor and Paloma, these 2 end shades here. And I'm just gonna blend loosely. Now, ABH shadows are notoriously loose packed. So if you're gonna be going in with super deep colors, it may not be a bad idea to do your eyes first. I'm just going in my crease, kind of back and forth. Now, I'm just going in with Floor, that slightly deeper, deeper than Paloma, pink-ish, peachish, beige-ish shade. And this is not going to be anything revolutionary, but I'm going to go in with the shade Liberty. Again, that's this sort of army green matte, and I'm going to be using my jumbo blender from Sonia G. And I'm just going to place it mostly in my outer crease, on the outer edge of my lid as well. And I'm just pressing because I don't want a bunch of fallout and a big mess. That's really pretty. And now that I've mostly got it pressed, I'm gonna just very gently blend out the edges. Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Again, just pressing. But these shadows blend themselves. This palette is stunning. It's very beginner friendly, even though these shades, there's some more bold shades, not super bold, it's a very muted color story, but Shades blend very well. And I am by no means a makeup artist. I was not trained. I am not claiming to be, but I love it. I love makeup. I love all things beauty and makeup, in the words of Angelica Nyquist. We learn together. We learn by doing. And I just love talking about makeup. I can talk about makeup all day. And since I don't have enough people in my own life to talk about it with, I'll talk about it with you guys. I am going back in with that original brush and just, again, blending out. That's pretty. That's a really pretty kind of khaki. Ooh, those cheeks are looking really bright now. I'm going in with Belle right here. And I'm going to just use my finger. Most shimmers work best with your finger. And I'm going to put that all over the lid. Ooh, that's more golden, kind of goldeny green than I realized. I'm going to blend out the corner with that same brush where my large finger went past the edge. That's really pretty. If I was too low, I just blended out the edge a little bit right here. That's really pretty. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. My nails are just short enough to get mostly all the way. I can't get the new Post Malone album out of my head. Is anybody else listening to it? How good is it? Tiny bit of the shade here. Isle. It's the lightest shimmer. And I'm just going to put that right in the inner corner. It's actually a little deeper than I normally would like for the inner corner. But with this look, it works. Ink. And yeah, we went a different direction. I'm not going to put this under my brows, I don't think. I'll put a little bit. Just a little right here, just to give a little shimmer and kind of highlight that bridge. That's not the bridge. The high point of the eyebrow, whatever that's called. My brain is dead right now. I'm tired. So, we're almost done. Thanks for hanging in with me. A flat shader, sort of packer brush. And I'm just going to go in with Floor and Liberty mixed. I know that sounds weird because it's kind of a... And I'm not going to rub, I'm dabbing. Because again, these are loose and I don't want a bunch of fallout under my eye. That's perfect. A little bit of Floor, a little bit of Liberty. And again, just tapping. And I am going to push that right up into the top. Wake up because that's what is powering the ring light. Okay. I am gonna go in with, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go in with the green liner. And I'm gonna do that on my waterline down here. Sorry, on my waterline down here. I have brown eyes, so almost any color goes well with brown eyes. I'm not going to put that in my tight line. I am going to tight line, but I'm not going to put that in my tight line. I'm going to put the black. These are the best eyeliners if you have watery eyes but you'd like to tight line. These are the LA Girl Ultimate Intense Stay Auto eyeliners. They have a bunch of colors. They are fantastic. It's the only thing that leaves a little bit of residue after I wash my face. You don't have to like super warm them up. They work right away. They don't tug. this is the black shade, and I just got that on my lid. Fantastic. Before it sets in, let me do a little bit of work to get that off. Actually, I'm just going to cover it with Bell again. There we go. All better. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of Bell to match on the other side to make that more intense there. Perfect. And it's gone. See? Mistakes happen, and we fix them as we go. I am, however, since I put that tight line, the waterline green liner, I'm going to go back in with Liberty by itself and just blend it out a little. I know I said don't. And I just realized all this time my microphone hasn't been plugged in. So hopefully you can hear some of what I was saying at least, and I'll do a voiceover if need be, but here's our eyes. My battery is flashing furiously. So what I was doing is just putting Liberty under here. And I know I said not to rub, but sometimes you need to. That's pretty with that green, I think. It's not drastic, but anyway. Okay. Some of the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. And I'm going in with the Lash Sensational, one of the best. Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. We're almost done. This is really a beautiful mascara from the drugstore that I consistently have on hand. It's one I always repurchase when it runs out. And mine tends to last quite a long time too. But the fan-shaped brush here, can you see those little bristles? There you go. Now you can see the little bristles. The shape really is great for combing through your lashes. And I hear a crying baby. To be continued. Okay. Mascara is done. Baby's back asleep. I'm not even gonna put any on my lower lash line. Normally I would, but again, I'm going to sleep. And putting my baby to sleep. I'm going in with lip liner. This is the About Face lip liner in the shade Smoking Room. It is a really pretty nude. But her liners are great, her being Halsey. They are very long lasting. You can sharpen them as opposed to being automatic. I overlined slightly on the top. You missed that. The whole tip just came off. That sucks. Anyway. They dry pretty quickly. I'm gonna kind of squish that back in so I can finish this side. That's the tip. Anyway, okay. My lips are super uneven. I'm just gonna go in with the new Jaclyn. Well, it's the same lip oil formula she had last summer for her release, but she released 10 shades. Some of them are repeats. This is in the shade Maple Drip, I think. Maple Drip. All of them are something drip. And it is just a neutral, slightly warm. I love this formula. They're very comfortable. Decent amount of pigment without being overwhelming. But some are more pigmented than others. But they're very comfortable. They're not sticky. And there you have it. My first YouTube video complete before the battery died on my camera, complete with intermission of 2-year-olds throwing up. Awesome. I hope you will like and subscribe. Excuse my first video blunders, not having my microphone plugged in for half of it, the lighting all over the place, and all that's involved with the first real video. So I hope you like, subscribe, ring the bell, and stay tuned for more. Thank you. Bye. Seriously though, that blush, that's pretty. Thanks again. Bye.